take a look at the poll question for today. You can give us your thoughts on the Tennessee-Florida game. You see it right there. What's your prediction for Vols at Gators? Tennessee by 8 or more. Tennessee by 1 to 7 points. Florida by 1 to 7 points. That's the current leader. Florida by 8+. A lot of people picking Florida. We'll see how now that we're it tends to be the negative folks, the angry folks, go to my website and play early. Yeah. And then we see what the viewers say because you get your smartphone and you point it right at that QR code beneath the Hearthside Bank logo. They're always within reach. So is the QR code right there. So play along with us. Let us know what your thoughts are for Tennessee, Florida. It won't shape Chuck's line, I don't think. You're not going to adjust it based off that. No. I won't allow that. So, okay.
The negative folks then go to church.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Tennessee comes in at 7-3, 3-3 in the SEC. Florida 3-7, 2-5 in the SEC. However, Florida was picked to finish 6th in the league. Tennessee was picked 9th by SEC Media Days, at SEC Media Days. Florida had 6 players named to the preseason All-SEC team. Tennessee only had 3, and 2 of those were Jermod McCoy and Boo Carter. And on top of that, 24/7 Sports do the team talent rankings where they look at the roster as it is right now and look at the star ratings. Florida's the number 12 roster in the country. Tennessee, number 16. Jimmy, the record says Tennessee's got the talent. All these other metrics say Florida's got the talent. Who's the more talented team? Who has the roster advantage going to Gainesville this week?
Here's where I wrestle with that. You may have a guy that's a 5-star playing like a 3-star, and a 3-star plays like a 5-star. Who's got more talent? So, I mean, I'd rather have Joey Aguilar than Arch Manning. But who is rated higher? I base it more on watching you perform rather than how many stars you got. And based on that, I would take Tennessee's talent over Florida.
Okay. Jimmy says Tennessee's talent. Josh Ward, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree with what Jimmy said and why. Aguilar versus Lagway. Now, they both made mistakes and turned the ball over. They're the top 2 guys in the SEC, along with Taylor Green. But I would take Aguilar's season without question over Lagway. Lagway was the 5-star quarterback. Yeah. Florida has a bunch of injuries. They had a ton of guys out against Ole Miss, some of their most talented players as well, while Tennessee's missing a Ricky Gibson, who is one of the more highly rated guys. So I would go with a combination of Tennessee's roster, which is comparable. If everybody on paper is lined up, Florida gets a slight edge. But with how things have played out, who Florida's missing, the way the season has gone, I would go Tennessee.
You guys agree with that?
You know, I really want to. Because, no, I think the way Jimmy
do
breaks
you
it
really?
down, I think that is the right way to do it. When you've got a guy that comes in, he wasn't highly recruited, and you turn him into a star or he becomes a star, yeah, that does throw those numbers off a little bit. But when I have watched Florida, parts of their game, parts of their team, to me have looked better than Tennessee's. And I think Florida has been drugged down by some underperformers that may be 5 stars. I mean, I watched that game last night with Ole Miss. Okay, I didn't think Lagway could get out of his own way. And so to me, it didn't matter what else you had because that guy just looked awful.
Okay.
So I kind of think Florida does have the talent. I think it's fairly even. And
I told you
12 to 16.
Okay. I told you last night, I think DJ Lagway is Florida's Joe Milton. He's all the hype. He's got all the tools, but he doesn't know what to do with them. And then I looked up his numbers, and I realized that's an insult to Joe Milton because Joe Milton didn't have 11 touchdowns against 13 interceptions, which is what Lagway has on the year. Yeah. Chuck Cavalera's talent. Yes, who's got the talent advantage? You'll be setting the line. Who's got the talent advantage?
I would still give the slight edge to Tennessee, mainly because Florida's talent, even if it is better, has not played up to the potential they have. And I think that's the assessment you have to look at. And I think that's what Lewis Reddick said last night during the broadcast. There's no doubt there's a lot of talent on both sides of the ball, but if they don't play up to what they're capable of doing, how can you give them that edge?
Let me ask you this. We just mentioned we'd all take Aguilar over Lagway. That said, Aguilar's got 4 interceptions in his last 2 games. 2 of those came against New Mexico State, okay? You're on the road at Florida. This offense does not perform as well on the road. We've documented that. The numbers are there. It's not like it falls off a cliff, but it is like a touchdown, at least worse. So for this one game, you still give Tennessee the quarterback advantage over Lagway. You still say that Aguilar will have a better game than Lagway on Saturday, in your opinion?
I would say yes. Lagway Didn't he have 5 interceptions
In one game.
against LSU?
Yeah.
He had 3 or 4 in another game.
Yeah, got benched last week against
So
Kentucky.
he's only really been bad in 2 games.
There you go. And yeah, so his inconsistency, his propensity to throw interceptions, his decision-making has been poor. When I've watched him, I would take Aguilar.
Yeah, I would take Aguilar as well. It's not with great confidence because of the recent concerns we've seen with Aguilar, and then you factor in on the road, and the concern probably grows that those mistakes will be there. Those voters early on in the poll,
Yeah.
they're probably thinking about that. Oh no, those mistakes are going to carry over onto the road. Lagway at home might be more comfortable, but over the course of the season, Aguilar's still been better. Lagway has not shown great consistency, so I would lean Aguilar.
I have a fear. Oh, go ahead,
I was
John.
just going to say, I think Lagway has shown great consistency. He's consistently bad.
That's right.
Last night, and I told you what we was watching. Anytime he dropped back to throw, I thought it was just 50-50 of what was going to happen.
I just don't think he doesn't make smart decisions. Is the
Yeah.
other thing. So
Well,
mine's one of that guy.
There's one thing, it seems like he throws a better deep ball. And then on some of the other routes, he doesn't come close. And that's what's the real head scratcher. I mean,
Now, if I were to hedge my bets, I would say this. I've seen Florida quarterbacks not look very good, but then when they play Tennessee, they look like an All-American.
That's where I was going. I have this fear that Lagway's going to have his game of the year Saturday night
It
against
happens.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Against that improving defense?
Against that improving, appreciably better defense.